Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here. So I want to kind of piggyback on something I heard General Tito talking about in one of his recent videos, where he was talking about money or PUSSS, you know the rest. He got into this thing where he was talking about what happens to men when they don't have sex. And I'm telling you, General Tito, man, I give credit where credit is due. He is one of the better ones. His content is one of the better contents that we have on YouTube right now. I'm going to give him credit. And so he went into this thing where he was talking about what happens to men when they don't have sex. And if you do the research, you will find that he's right. See, even if you're a young guy, if you're not having sex, I guarantee you haven't like your urinal flow. You probably, as much as it might hurt, you probably need to take a wet Q-tip and just go around, scrape around. Because that semen and stuff, and like when you have sex, it's like the tip of your penis is opening up. Like you go in and out, the little tip where we pee out of is opening and closing, opening and closing. So it's getting air in there and it's probably pushing out the particles. Whereas if you're not having sex, it's like you're going to have decreased urine flow. You're going to, like he talked about the slow leak, you're going to have that. A lot of the older guys that had that slow leak, where you got to practically throwing your stuff all over the place to make sure you're getting it all out. All of that's from decreased sexual activity. He said, well, older guys smell like pee because they got a slow leak. Like they put their wang dang doozle back in the pants and it start dripping. Any of y'all that got that, let me ask you something. How often do you have sex with your wife? Because I don't believe jagging is going to cure it. It might for some people. But if they say if you're not having sex 21 times a month, you're going to cause... And the reason why you had decreased urine activity, because when you don't have sex, your prostate gets enlarged. There's many reasons why the prostate doesn't get enlarged when you have sex. Because for one, you slamming into them, that's where the prostate is. It's keeping it from enlarging. And then when you ejaculate, that also helps. But let's say you got one of these sex punishers. Punish you with sex. Try to reward you with sex and punish you with sex. She get mad at you. She have a hard day at work or whatever her reason may be. She done went 3 months. And then out of the blue, you tired, you ready to go to bed. She say, if you want something tonight, he probably ain't gonna even be able to get it up because he's so used to it not being up. And then another thing, anybody that jags knows this. The more you jag, a lot of time, you're gonna be stretching your stuff out. You're going to be getting bigger. Whereas a guy who, let's say a church guy, you clapping with suits on. What a mighty God we serve, which ain't nothing wrong with you praising God. But when you get out of church, you ain't getting none. And you refusing to jag because you sanctimonious. your thing probably gonna shrink. Then you eating ham hocks and all that stuff? Oh yeah. You probably gonna see a drop off, buddy. Whereas the one that got the variety, and some of them tight, they all different vaginal shapes and sizes, he gonna have some girth probably. You got a nut, man. You got to bust nuts, man. And like the General Tito said, it's unhealthy not to. He's right. You think of the churchy guys that ain't got no girl, but they trying not to jag. So you ain't fulfilling. That semen can be like milk. Think if you got some milk at room temperature that you're not drinking, you gonna make your insides rotten. You supposed to get that out so the new sperm cells can come in. That's the farming of the Most High God. He just put a bunch of seeds in us, and you got to use the seeds you already got to get more seeds. Because the longer those seeds gonna stay in there, the more likely you're gonna have problems. Get them seeds out, let some new ones come in. Now, of course, if you jagging every day, you're gonna see less and less fluid. Some people. Other people, you might see more and more. But you don't want to rely on POR fill in the blank, because you want to still be excited when it's time for you to actually perform. And a lot of guys still do be, but some guys, they don't, because they doing that too much. So she come along, she be like, all right, I'm ready. And you should tell her, I'm ready too, to go to sleep. You had the last 2 months. These women are always trying to control men. That's what makes it so hard to deal with them. They get mad at you. Like, let's say you having a dream and you talking in your sleep. They'll get mad at you for that. They don't want you to get none, not even in your dream. Do y'all remember that video I played where her husband got mad, grabbed his phone, and went in the bathroom, was watching POR fill in the blank? And she was telling the story, how she heard out of the bathroom. So she didn't have enough energy to do nothing, right? But she had enough energy to go up to that bathroom door and put her ear on it, see what he was doing. She said he was watching porn. Practically finna cry because the man was watching porn. She ain't want him to get no nut off. None. I don't get why they get evil like that where. And then some of them, for selfish reasons, they get to do, man, a lot of these women be doing some nasty stuff, man. They just like the idea. Some of them don't want you to get no nut. Other ones like the idea of you actually fantasizing over them and their bodies. And them spreading their cheeks and doing this and doing that. No man should be going without the unleashing of the ranch sauce. I can't tell y'all how to live, and I'm not going, but I'm going to tell you how I'm going to live. If it's been too many days, be like, oh yeah, it's time. Just like I put a 3-year time period on me with actual activity with another woman. 3 years max, and I'm paying for it. I don't care what none of you little fake egghead preachers say. I don't care what none of you church people say. Oh, he this, he that. If I ain't got none in 3 years, I'm talking about me on the inside of something, I'm paying for it. Now, what you gonna do? What can you do? So it's not healthy not to get that arousal and that release. That's part of our exercise routine. You need an exercise routine, and you need that to be part of it. Along with eating right, so on and so forth, all this other stuff too. But let me go. Don't let these women deprive you of that. I don't care if you're 65. She be doing that, man. Tell her to open up. Open that wrinkly stuff up. She don't want to open it up. Tell her that you still are obligated to sexual activity even at your age. She saying, but it hurts. I'm so trying. Get her some lubricant. No man should be going without unless you can't do it. Any man that can do it should be doing it. That's all I got to say, man. Let me get going. Thanks for watching.